Hey everybody, how are you guys doing out there? I hope you're doing great. I'm freezing out here. It's 0 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius. And I have a brand new set of Arles Primes that I want to go out and test because nobody goes out and tests lenses in the cold because you've probably never had lenses freeze up in a 70-degree studio, now have you? Or a nice hot desert? Of course not. So this is Wisconsin. We might as well go check out the extremes because, hey, we actually get to work in these conditions more often than we'd like to admit. So, hey, let's go check this out and look at some things with these lenses that nobody else has really touched on. Welcome to Lens Testing Extreme. And one of the things folks never talk about is, you know, especially in the era of cheap cinema primes, is do they work in the cold? Because I've had the experience of these freezing up. So let's check this out. And the iris, the iris is definitely stiffened up a bit compared to normal room temperature, but the focus is not bad. The focus seems about normal. I have to actually be careful about breathing on the lens because I'm getting condensation on it. The lens has been outside for at least an hour to cool off. And yeah, the iris definitely got stiff, but it's serviceable. I've certainly had some cheaper lenses that were this stiff, so it's not ridiculous. I'd certainly call this usable. So yeah, I think we will pass these lenses on the cold test. Let's get inside. Oh, and let's be careful about bringing these inside condensation plastic bags. You know the drill. It's a lot better inside, isn't it? So all those other previous shots I did obviously on the 75 at a couple different aperture openings, and they all look great. And now let's move inside, and thanks to my friends Tim and Kelsey at Milwaukee, we went and spent the afternoon doing a bunch of people shots indoors, so it was a lot warmer. So check these out. I hope you guys enjoyed that first look at these lenses. I certainly did. And perhaps you noticed I snuck in the 180mm in there. I also bought that lens with my set because I've always wanted a longer lens. I've always been frustrated at not having a longer cinema lens, so I just said, in for a penny, in for $1 million, right? Anyway, maybe you also noticed that I slipped the DZO quarter mist filter on. That's a rear attached magnetic filter, and it's kind of a cool filter. It definitely takes a little bit of the edge off the lens, and in part 2 we're going to be exploring these filters more, the NDs, and a few other factors. Also, I really think I want to go and put these lenses onto an 8K camera, because certainly in 4K they have plenty of sharpness. That's definitely not a problem, and I've found that they can even take a fairly decent amount of diffusion and still look sharp. And so yeah, I got a bunch of other things to get to in part 2, so stay tuned for that. We'll have it out hopefully soon. Oh, and you know the like and subscribe thing, right? Go ahead, click. Thanks.